Good evening, everyone. Welcome. So wonderful to gather here on a warm summer evening, as people have done for thousands of years, to listen to the story of Mahabharata. We are merely following something that people have done for many years, because Mahabharata, it's a massive epic. It's if you write it down, just a direct translation in English, it will take 5,000 pages or more. So I'm estimating it has 100,000 verses. It is 7 times longer than the Iliad and Odyssey combined. It's very, very big. Now, Mahabharata is better listened than it is read. It's the difference between preparing your own food and eating it versus just having it prepared and somebody serving it to you. Because as they say in India, Mahabharata, it blesses both the narrator and the listeners, and they ask, isn't Mahabharata simply an excuse to celebrate the presence of God in our lives? Is there anything more to it? So we gather in that manner, and it's a very entertaining story. It'll be gods, demons, magic, wizardry, powerful men who are somewhat frail, and beautiful women who face hardships with great fortitude. But hidden beneath all of that sorcery and wizardry and magic and gods and demons is a tale of morality. First and foremost, it's a tale of morality, because Mahabharata is this conflict that we face both as individuals and as a society and as a planet, between individual choice. What do I like to do? What is good for me? And so not just in a hedonistic way, but even in a genuine, a good way, what is good for me, versus what is my responsibility to my loved ones, my tribe, whatever that is, my nation state, my state, whatever, or the entire planet. This is a conflict that always exists. And Mahabharata's answer to that conflict really is one of both and because it says individual choice versus collective responsibility varies from individual to individual. You see, so you have to listen to Mahabharata as it's your story, it's my story, it's everyone's story. Because the choice you make is different from the choice I make, because your dharma, what is right for you in the collective sense, is different from my dharma. Okay? So this bringing the individual choice and collective responsibility to the individual in terms of dharma, if you kind of caught it all, I don't think I can repeat it, but that is at the heart of Mahabharata. Because one more piece of the puzzle here is, as we all know, it's very easy to do what I like, and it's rather hard to do what is right, isn't it? Partly because the choice isn't always clear. What I like sometimes masquerades as what is right, and sometimes it doesn't. But partly because what is right is genuinely hard to do. We just got to come out and say it. There's really no way of sugarcoating that pill. Okay, what's right is hard to do. So Mahabharata ultimately, outwardly, the centerpiece of Mahabharata is an apocalyptic, cataclysmic battle, world war that happened. And many events are leading up to that. But it's also the battle that we fight inside to overcome the sense of I-ness. It's called ahankar. The less there is the sense of I-ness, the more we are prone to make the dharmic, the correct choice. And so it is from the sense of this inner battle. Let me point out one more thing, and that is, don't we all sincerely believe, every one of us, sincerely deep in our hearts, believe that we are capable of greatness? But if you ask in the privacy of your own thoughts, can I be great? Am I completely not evil? Then the answer is most likely going to be absolutely, that's true. Okay? we won't come out and say it because it sounds egotistical, and somebody will say, well, if you're great, why did you do this atrocious thing? But we know in our hearts that that's true. But don't we also know that we've done some, not embarrassing things, but we've made the wrong choices. We've been weak in the privacy of our thoughts. You don't even have to nod. I'll nod for all of you. Right? We've made some wrong choices. Right? So they coexist in us. That's the key insight. That's where I'm leading to. It's possible for them to coexist, and Mahabharata ultimately tells us that it doesn't matter where we are today, how we ended up where we are. What matters is the choice that we make right in this moment that will determine how it will be tomorrow. So as you listen to the story, think about, put yourself in the shoes of the character and see, what would you do? Ask yourself, what would I do? Perhaps every now and then ask yourself, who's really doing this? And as we do that, you'll slow, and I'll have some points to ponder at the end of each day just to drive home some of these points. But that's kind of what